Hello and welcome back to some more Stardew Valley. How are you guys doing today? I am just quickly setting up all of the things that I need in order for the stream to happen. And we should be pretty much good to go, which will be absolutely fantastic. What are we doing today? That is a fantastic question, and I honestly don't remember what we did last time. All I know is I want more golden walnuts. And in order to figure that out, I would like to go to the Stardew app and check that. Before I do any of that, I need to head over to Discord and make sure that I actually post this so that people know that we are, in fact, live. So give me 3 seconds here and we'll get this all up and running. Get shareable link. Open the Discord, also live on YouTube here. Post that out and that should be good. Perfect. All right, now people should know that we are live. People should start coming in slowly but surely. Hopefully everything sounds, feels, and looks good. What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Oh, it's been a busy couple of days. I am getting married in 12 days, so that is something that I am working on. Busy life. I am started officially working in the salon now, so you know I have all of the time in the world. I clearly do not, but you know it's fine. We're managing out here. I was, I think, like 2 minutes late, but you know what? I will take that. I will absolutely take that. Now, I believe, I actually don't know what day we are going to start the stream on, but I know we're going to do 3-day episodes, so I will have to do an intro for this very first day, and then I'll do an outro on the end of day 3, do a new intro on the day 4, and then we should be good. All right. I'll give it a couple more minutes here just for people to filter in. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I had some lunch, just hanging out, about to play some Stardew Valley. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, so without further ado, I'd say we just get straight into it. That seems like a good plan to me. Now, I am actually going to just press load real quick. It is day 14. So, day 14 will be the intro. That'll take us to day 14, 15, and 16. Yeah, that's right? 14, 15, and 16. Day 16 will be an outro. And then we'll do a new intro for day 17. And finish on 17, 18, 19. Day 19 of winter should be our final day of the stream. And I think that will work out very, very nicely. So, without further ado, let's jump straight in. Bear with me for a second here while we load in and I do my intro. Actually, before I even load in and start things, I do want to check the Stardew Valley checker just to make sure everything is good. Kiesel coming in with the tier 1 subscription. It's me, Lightpost Installer, here to wish you a happy Friday. I like it. I like it a lot. How's it going, Kiesel? Welcome. So yes, I need to go ahead and share my display real quick. Bring in my save file, which will be, I believe, this one. That is not how you do that. Upload a save file. I'm going to move this off screen so you guys can't see all of my files. Paste that in, and then it will be this one, I believe. Perfect. All right, golden walnuts, everybody. It is going. I'm grinding money for Pokey MMO. Still going, huh? Still going. How is the grind? How is the grind? So we need to do field office things. And then a whole bunch of Island Cove stuff, which we haven't unlocked yet. And then we also need to do the Gourmand quest. Stardew Gourmand Frog. And we're going to have to get a couple of crops growing on Ginger Island to do that. Earned 126,000 in about 3 hours. I have no idea whether or not that's good or not. I still haven't checked out Pokey MMO. Not great, but it's something. Yeah, fair enough. Gourmand Frog, what do we need? We need a melon, a wheat, and a garlic. Melon, wheat, and garlic. The trouble is we can't actually buy any of those seeds because melon is summer, and it's currently not summer, as my dog decides to yell at the world. Wheat is summer and fall, and garlic is spring. Any of these sold at the trader in... Give me 1 second, my dog's just being crazy. Sorry about that. He was just barking at nothing. Garlic. Yeah, is any of this... Okay, so this is year 2 only anyway. So we couldn't get that. There is a chance that we have melon and wheat that we could use in the seed maker and do it that way. That might be worth exploring. Let me just write those down. We need melon, wheat, and garlic. And we might be able to get that done. I hope. Because the Gourmand Frog does actually give you quite a lot of golden walnuts. Alright. With all that being said, let's get into it. I think I can just do my intro from here and that won't be too much of an issue. So let's jump right in. Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. We're going to take bombs, it will not hurt us. And we also get the first 3 fish we hook today will be much easier. It is also Sunday, which means we can go ahead and watch the Queen of Sauce and learn how to cook ourselves some chocolate cake, which is absolutely fantastic. And then we'll check the help wanted board to see whether or not this is something we actually want to do. Jody wants a midnight carp. That's probably not going to happen. The traveling merchant is also in town today and it is Harvey's birthday. Harvey likes coffee, rabbit's foot, pumpkin, truffle oil, and wine. Honestly, you'll probably just end up getting a prismatic shard, but it's good to know that you do like all of those things. We also have a little bit of mail. Starting tomorrow, a traveling merchant fleet will dock at Pelican Town for the yearly night market. Now that is important because there are some fish that we want to catch from said market. That starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so we will be going ahead and checking that out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get all of our regular farm chores completed, sell some aged legend roe, and move on with our day. I'm also going to put my monster mask away. I just don't think it's necessary to carry it around all of the time. We also have 2 void mayonnaise now. I can probably go ahead and sell one of them. We do have a prismatic shard on us for Harvey, so that is fantastic. And I think we're just going to start the day as we start any other day, harvesting up our trees, dealing with our animals, and then we'll head down and check on the traveling merchant. Actually, I might head down and check on the traveling merchant first, just because it's sort of actually on the way to our animals. So, hello, what do you have? Anything that I can use? No, I don't want any of that, so we are just going to go and work on our farm chores for the morning. And did I bought an auto grabber, right? Yeah, I did. It's right there. Fantastic. So now this is much simpler, right? We don't have to worry about it nearly as much. I'm going to switch tabs just so that these all go into one neat little spot. And then we can pretty simply just put all of these eggs away. Fantastic. What is the next raccoon quest? That is a fantastic question. Did the wife show up? Because if they did, I'll have to go back down there and check. I didn't actually notice, but since you're asking, I'm assuming that they did, and we will go down there and check on that. I'm back to talking about I still don't understand, but I'm very glad that you're enjoying your milk. That makes me happy, William. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I'll grab all of that, and then I am going to head back down and check on those raccoons. You are probably right. It's around about the amount of time that it would take for those raccoons to come back, so let's head down here and check on them. Maybe we can advance this quest line that little bit more. And you were indeed right. You did see 2 raccoons. What are they after now? Hungry, need fruit. They want dried powder melons and coconut jelly. I imagine that's just putting coconut in a preserves jar, and that will be drying them with our dryer in the farm cave. And we may have 5 powder melons in order to be able to actually complete this today. We might just need to head to the desert and grab some coconuts real quick, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue at all. Let's go ahead and get our mayonnaise, our goat's cheese, and one of our void mayonnaises sold. What else do we have in our inventory? We have some roe that needs to be put into our preserves jars, just like so. And then the rest of that can be dealt with by pressing Q. Now, we have 6 powder melon in here. I just quickly want to check my spreadsheet. If I go to shipping and we look at crops, I need 1 to make a flour cookie, and I need 5 to do the thing that I need to do, right? This was dried powder melon, I believe, and then we need coconuts in a preserves jar. I may or may not have some coconuts laying around. I will just quickly check in all of my chests to make sure, because if we do, that would be, we have 1, and I think that's all we need. So coconut, come with me. The only problem is we don't have a preserves jar to actually throw that in, so let's go ahead and make ourselves another one. That can live back here, and I'll probably forget that this exists. That'll take 2 days and 13 hours, that's fine. And then we'll head into the farm cave, throw the powder melons in, and they should process up nice and quickly, right? That's a fantastic plan. Throw those in there. That will take 22 hours, so once the coconuts are done, they will definitely be done. And that'll be fantastic. I may as well grab the mushrooms out of there since we were there, and head back down and sell them. Then I think I just want to head in to see Harvey, and then I think I want to come back. Actually, we may as well do that first rather than going back and forth. I want to check whether or not I have a melon, a garlic, and a wheat. So we have a melon. That's fantastic. I'll grab one of those. I need a wheat, and I also need a garlic, which I can't buy the seeds for yet, but I'm thinking I may be able to buy a garlic itself from Pierre and throw that into a seed maker. That's the plan. I'm not 100% sure if that is how that will work or not, but it's worth a try. That seems to be worth a try for me, right? Flinchless, hello, caught alive. Congratulations, welcome in. It's nice to have you here. As we get a little cutscene from Abigail. Yeah, you're a teenager, Abigail. Just... yeah. You are still a little girl. You're still living at home. You'll be alright. Yeah, it's me. It's not haunted. It was just me. Alright. Let's come up here and see if we can't buy a garlic. We can buy all of the saplings, but I don't see any garlic there. So I'm thinking maybe we can't buy it. Garlic seeds are only sold in year 2, which we are close to. And then garlic vegetable. Can we buy this from anywhere? I'm not actually sure. Let me just quickly Google. Stardew garlic. Because if we can get that done, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the seeds are available at Pierre's General Store starting in year 2. I knew that. Okay. So 1 garlic can sometimes be purchased from Pierre's booth at the Feast of the Winter Star. But otherwise, it's not really something that we can get our hands on. Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We can still plant a wheat and a melon on our Ginger Island farm and call that a day there. Let's see if Harvey is actually working in the clinic on his birthday. Give him a prismatic shard for said birthday. And then I think we will head back over to Ginger Island and get some stuff done. Harvey seems pretty happy with that. We are now up to 3 hearts. If we talk to him a couple times, yep, still just 3 hearts. Slowly but surely making our way into getting friendship levels with absolutely everyone, which is fantastic. All right, let's head back to the farm. I might even craft up another seed maker just to make this a little bit quicker. And we'll get this wheat and this melon converted into seeds so that we can plant them on Ginger Island and start the gourmand quest. Can we make a seed maker? That is the question. Yeah, we can make 23 of them. Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead and throw those down there just for now. Throw that in. Throw that in. And then I would also like to see whether or not we can make a whole bunch of warp totems for the island. And we can. We can make 7 of them. And I am going to make all of them immediately. Whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know, but it seems worthwhile to me. Is there anything else we want to plant on Ginger Island? Because we can plant anything we want, anytime we want. And planting 204 starfruit seeds might be worthwhile. Maybe we can get a garlic at the traveling merchant. Yeah. I'll do my best. I'll try and find one. Otherwise, it's just we're going to have to wait until spring and buy one from Pierre. But that is what it is. I think that'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, I think we may as well go ahead and take our starfruit seeds over and get those planted. Now, in terms of how many sprinklers we need for that, if I do 204 divided by 24, that is 8.5 sprinklers. Let's go ahead and make 9 sprinklers, get those ready to go, just so that we don't have to worry about watering things. And we can make like 40 something of them, so that'll be absolutely okay. And then once these are done, we can take these over to Ginger Island and get them planted. So let's warp over there and see what we can't do on Ginger Island. It is raining again today, so we are going to be on the lookout for yet another bird. We'll also grab those. That'll give us a nice amount of things, as well as fossilized ribs, which I don't think we had just yet. We also need to work on getting this parrot done, because that is going to be what unlocks the cove, which will allow us to get even more golden walnuts. Now, the only trick is we need to find the bird, and I always forget where they spawn on the farm, but we'll have a look around and try and find them. Let's go ahead and drink ourselves a triple shot espresso just so that this isn't as slow of a process. And it doesn't look like they're going to be over here, but that is fine. Slay some tiger spines along the way. And yeah, we're just going to explore the island a little bit, look for one of the rainy birds, and go from there. Don't you get golden walnuts from harvesting plants that are not related to the frog? I believe you do. That is why I brought 204 starfruit seeds, to get that started as well. You watch them be exactly down the bottom. We also need to do fragments of the past. It is the final day. There is the bird that we were looking for. So that is an emerald on the north side. Let's quickly grab a couple of bones. Get that quest done before I completely forget. That should be fine. That should be more than enough. If we go into here now, we've got enough bone gathered to do that. I'll also come in here and just double check, because I believe we can now donate those ribs as well. Fantastic. And then we'll head back down, go off to the right, deliver that emerald, which we found up here. And then I'll go back to the farm and get to planting. And then we'll head back to the main island of Stardew Valley and give our bones to Gunther, I believe is who requested those ones. So if we come over here, And yeah, it was at the volcano. So we want to grab ourselves that emerald, throw that in there. And then we just have 2 more rainy days left before we complete that quest line. Now, it is possible to guess and just have that be done. But I would at least like to get the 3rd one before we start guessing. Just because it's going to make it so much more efficient, right? Alright, with that all being said and done, let's go ahead and hoe up some land on Ginger Island for the very first time. Alright, I will get my melon. I may as well plant both of them. Why not? I will plant my wheat, and that will be fantastic. And then we just need to plant a whole bunch more of these. So I'm actually going to lay the sprinklers out before I do any of that, just so that I know where I actually need to hoe and how much land I need. That should be more than enough cleared out. Let's go ahead and grab you, and I think we'll start right about there. And we'll just do a nice line like so. Like so. This isn't going to be super pretty yet, but it'll work for what we need it to do. And then we can just go ahead and hoe all of this land up. I missed the melons? What do you mean? Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. I did miss the melons with the sprinkler. That is my bad. I will fix that though. Why is that? Hello? What do you mean? I mean, I guess I can do it there and that's fine, but that was strange. I guess we're just going to have to go back and craft another sprinkler, which is honestly a little bit annoying, but, you know, it is what it is. I also realized that this is wider than I need it to be. I didn't realize that as I was doing it, but, you know, these things happen. And I know I don't need to do this section either, but hey, we're here now. I mean, for the time being, I guess I could just do this and that'll be enough room. It's not gonna look pretty, but it'll work. And that is all I really care about right this second. And then we'll fix it up once we do our next planting of this. That one is not currently being hit by a sprinkler. Fantastic. This whole planting situation is currently a little bit of a mess, but hey, it'll mostly work. I think I'm just gonna pickaxe that one that I missed up because, yeah, it is what it is. A little bit late to tell me to be careful, but yeah, no, I was being a little bit careful. I just missed one, and that should be pretty much everything watered, I believe. All right, it is currently 9 p.m., which is a problem. That is 100% a problem. Let's go ahead and walk to the beach. What time does Gunther's close? Because if that's closed, I can't deliver my bones, which I currently don't even have all of them on me yet. I am very much considering restarting this day. It was a mess. Yeah, okay. What do you get? Should I think I'm going to restart this day. It was just a big hot mess is what it was. What do we think? Is that the plan? We've all done a restart, right? It's not that bad. Okay. The people in the video will never see this, but we are going to restart that day. All right, so today, let me just plan this out. We need melon and wheat seeds. That's fine. We can't do garlic. That's okay. We need to take starfruit with us. We need 9 sprinklers. We need to take our bones. You guys know a secret now. Don't tell anyone. We need to take our bones to the museum. And we need to do the raccoon quest. Sure, there's so much to do today. Anything else we need to do? I think that's it. I think that's the most of it. It'll be our little live secret. You're exactly right. All right, let's load in, redo the intro, and get this going. Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We are going to take all of our bonuses and we are immediately going to check the help wanted board. Unfortunately, Jody just wants some tuna. I couldn't be bothered, so instead we're going to watch some TV and learn to make ourselves chocolate cake. Now, this day is going to start pretty much the same as any other day. We're going to check our mail, and this is letting us know that the traveling merchant fleet will be docking at Pelican Town for the yearly night market starting tomorrow night, which is absolutely fantastic. We'll definitely be checking that out. We'll grab all of our roe, get that sold, and go from there. Today is actually going to be quite a busy day. We need to firstly get all of our farm chores done. And I think on the way down here, I am going to check on the traveling merchant just because it is kind of on the way. And I think that is worthwhile. So we'll come down here. I noticed that there are now 2 raccoons as well, which is fantastic. And we're having a look through and there's, nothing that we want in there at all. So let's go ahead and check on the raccoons, see what they're after. They need fruit. They want dried powder melons, which we should be able to do, and they want a coconut jelly. And again, we should be able to do that. It's just going to take a little bit of processing time for us to get all of those ingredients out, and we should be able to advance that quest line quite nicely. But before we do so, let's go ahead and deal with all of our animals. Now, we do finally have the auto grabber in our coop, but I want to just pet my animals quickly before we do anything else, just to make sure that we are gaining friendship with them as fast as we possibly can. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and complete our chores and move on from there. Alright, and with our chores pretty much done, I will go ahead and sell anything left in my inventory that we do need to sell, and then we'll start working on everything that I want to get done today, which is actually quite a lot. Starting off, we will go ahead and throw these preserves into our preserves jars. We have one more here, we just need a preserves jar for it, and then I want to start working on that raccoon quest, and I believe we should have enough powder melons to get that dried powder melon done. And I also believe that we have a coconut lying around somewhere that we can go ahead and throw in a preserves jar. Now, I don't have any preserves jars left that are open, so I am going to throw one down here just so that I can see it, get that in, and then we'll head to the farm cave and start drying up our powder melon. Throw that in there, and we may as well go ahead and harvest up our mushrooms as well. Is there anything actually in this chest? No. Perfect. I'll get those sold, and I think that'll be good. The next thing that I want to do is make sure that I grab out my bones, because we do have this Fragments of the Past quest to complete. We've currently gathered 95 out of 100, but we definitely have more than that, so I'm hoping that I can just drop the 100 bones in that chest and then go and gather some more when we head to Ginger Island a little bit later on. To do that, I do want to get prepared with a couple more things though. I'm going to hit Q, sort out my inventory, and for Ginger Island today, I would like to plant a whole bunch of my starfruit, which should be in this chest. So we have 204 starfruit there. I would also like to get started on the Gourmand Frog quest. So I'm going to grab out a wheat and a melon, and then I will craft up myself 2 seed makers and get those going so that we can get seeds for those things, even though they are currently not in season, right? So we'll get wheat in there, melon in there, and that'll be fantastic. And then, in order to water all of these starfruit seeds, I will need a myriad of sprinklers. So let's grab 9 of those for now. That should be fantastic. Actually, let's just do 10. Make it nice and easy. And we also need to go and see Harvey and give him a prismatic shard, which will be absolutely fine. I mean, we could give him a coffee. We have a coffee there. That's a lot cheaper than a prismatic shard. So yeah, let's do that. All right, we have our sprinklers. We have our starfruit seeds. Coffee is for Harvey. That'll be fantastic. The only other thing that we need is our bone fragments, and we currently have just over 200, so I'll grab 100 of those and make sure that we have them ready. And then I'll grab our seeds. This should be done in just a second here. Any minute now. There it is. Get those and throw them down there for that. I believe that is pretty much everything we need in order to do today. I hope. I feel like I am still forgetting something though. And the question is what? What am I forgetting? And what do I need? Oh, that's right. I know exactly what I'm forgetting. I need to craft myself some warp totems to the island. And I'm just going to craft 7 of those. I think that is a more than reasonable amount to have. I would like to have as many as possible, just so that we don't have to run down to the beach every single time and take the boat over when we don't really need to. Perfect. All right. First stop is Harvey. Give them their birthday present. Then we'll head over to the museum, get that done, and then we'll warp over to Ginger Island and start working over there. Fantastic. All right. Hello, Harvey. Happy birthday. There is your coffee. And we'll chat to you a couple times. That brings us up to 3 hearts with you. Absolutely amazing. All right. Next stop is the museum to donate these bones. And then we're off to Ginger Island. See, guys, it's like nothing ever happened. Don't even worry about it. I really hope that I can donate these 100 bones. We're about to find out. We do get a little cutscene with Gunther. Mr. Panda, I'm just taking a gander at these wonderful minerals, gems, and artifacts you donated. There's a great many mysteries waiting to be explored in this very room. All of this was possible because of your efforts. With the knowledge we've gained from these treasures, we can now ask ourselves the question. What is the history of Stardew Valley? Magic at every corner? Sure. No matter how you look at it, Stardew Valley is a magical place with sacred importance. Together, we'll make history that'll change the world. Hails, welcome, welcome, welcome. And the question is, can we go ahead and donate 100 pieces of bone, even though we've only found 95 in the time frame? Yes, yes, we can. Now, this won't complete until we've actually gathered the 100 pieces of bone, but that is absolutely fine because we are absolutely about to do that. Let's go ahead, warp to Ginger Island. And I think the first place that I want to go, just so that I don't forget, is right up here. Now, it is also raining, so we are looking out for a bird that will drop us a gem that we can donate to the little altar thing. And there they are right there. So let's go ahead and get that. That is an emerald on the north side. We'll have to remember that. And then we can just come over here and literally hit like 2 of these. And that is Fragments of the Past officially completed within the allotted time frame. Fantastic. All right, next up is going to be donating this emerald, and then we'll head over to our farm and get everything planted up. Come right over here, and this was found at the volcano, so we'll go ahead and throw the emerald in there. Now, it is possible to just guess these other two. I think there's only 5 possible gems that this can be, but I'd like to find the third before we attempt to do that, just because that feels more reasonable. Now, we can just simply warp over to the farm and get all of our seeds and crops planted up, which I think will be absolutely fantastic. So they can all live there, bring the sprinklers up, and get this done. Love the to-do list. I need to install it on my game because I always forget to track. It's fantastic. It's one of the best mods, in my opinion. I love it so very much. Alright, with that all done, we can now go ahead and plant down our melon seeds right over here, as well as our wheat seeds, and then fill the rest of this with starfruit, which is honestly just to make us a whole bunch of money. And just because I accidentally planted this one over here, I'm going to start this line from this side so that they're all nice and even. And even though we didn't fill in that whole thing, I'm more than happy with that as our progress. Now, one thing that I haven't found yet is a golden coconut. That was fast. I didn't expect that to happen quite so quickly. But we do need to crack one of those open in order to get ourselves another golden walnut. And I'm going to continue hitting these mussels because I do believe there are still golden walnuts to be found within these mussel nodes. And it's you know, a little bit of cash for us if we do decide to sell them, which is always nice to see. Now, we do also need to continue doing a little bit of fishing over on the island. And to check on what exactly we need, you can just pull out our fishing rod. And you can see we have a whole bunch of things grayed out. So with the rest of our day, let's just hang around and do a little spot of fishing. And this will be a time lapse in the video, so if you guys want to chat about anything, I'm more than happy to chat about anything you want. In terms of what's going on in my life at the moment, I am actually getting married in 12 days. So that's taking up a lot of my time. I've also started officially working in my wife's nail salon. I've done 8 or 9 clients so far, and I am having a blast. But yeah, that is what's happening with me. What's happening with you guys? I see a message, but I can't read it while I'm fishing. Congrats. Thank you very much. That is a new record for a super cucumber, by the way. I appreciate that. I'm pretty excited. We're both very excited about it. It should be a lot of fun. We're actually having a surprise wedding, so don't tell anyone that I know. We're having a engagement party that will be a surprise wedding, so people won't know, but we are actually getting officially legally married in the morning, just with like a little legal only ceremony at an Airbnb with like friends and family, like really close friends and family. And then we're doing a quote-unquote fake ceremony in the evening. One of our best friends is hosting it, and we're doing all sorts of cool stuff, so it should be very, very fun. I'm excited about it. Really no new fish. We're still looking for, I mean, there's not that many. There's a shark, there's that thing. Honestly, I feel like some of these fish are actually going to be hard to catch. And I am a little bit regretting not putting on a cork bobber or something to make this a little bit easier on myself. But hey, it is what it is. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We're going to have to do more fishing than this anyway. Although, in saying that, I am noticing that we're not really getting any... Oh, never mind. We do still have golden walnuts to catch. And I think we're about to get one after this fish. Oh, please. Please let me catch you. Please let me catch you. I don't know what you are, but I definitely haven't caught you yet. Come on. Nope. There it goes. But this should, in theory, be a golden walnut. There it is. Nope. And that is a terrible cast. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've used my last piece of bait as well. This should be a golden walnut as well. That is up to 8 golden walnuts. We need 20 to unlock the cove. Probably be getting off soon. No worries, Kiesel. I appreciate you hanging out. I can't believe we haven't caught a single new fish here. That is crazy. Another thing we need to do is some panning up by the dig site to get some of the fossils for the fossil guy. Since we're not having a lot of luck with fishing and we don't actually have any bait, apparently I just forget how to fish. My goodness. I might head up there for the rest of the day and do a little bit of panning, try and get that done instead. And yeah, we already had that as well. Alright, let's go back up to the dig site and check that out instead. We don't have a ton of time left for the day, but, you know, I think it might be worth doing. And I believe there is one of these things up here. So we can just warp up there. Dig site, please. And we are looking for anywhere in the river that will let us pan. And doesn't look like there is currently any panning spots, so we're just going to use this time to clear this out, get some more bones, get some more different things going, and wait for a panning site to open up. And there's a panning site there, so we'll take our pan off of our head, move the clay down, and start panning in the river if we can. We might actually have to be on the other side. And it's gone. Alright, that is why you should have your pan out and ready before you start doing that sort of stuff. But that's alright, we'll wait for the next one. Oh, I see one. Pan, and hopefully we can get that. There we go. Left click apparently. And we didn't get any of the things that we need. That's right. And there is another golden coconut, as well as a Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Thick. We'll keep that until the bookseller comes around. I think that'll be fine. I'll probably wait for one more panning spot here, and then we'll head home for the evening, assuming that one shows up in a somewhat reasonable amount of time, right? I also definitely need to upgrade my pan at some point, but you know, we should be able to get this done with the copper pan, and that'll be okay. Just keeping an eye on the time. And let me put my warp totems to my farm back in their original spot so that I can get home nice and quickly. It might not be happening. $140 is probably around the latest that I can head home, and yeah, I'm not seeing one, so let's just quickly... Oh, there it is there. Can we do it in time? We didn't get what we wanted. Let's go ahead and warp home. This is going to be very close to be getting inside, but at the very least we are on our farm. Come on. Hit Q, clear out a bunch of the inventory, and we're probably going to pass out inside, but at the very least we are inside, and that is all I really care about. So that is fantastic. We made a decent amount of money on the day, like 17,500 gold. Not too shabby at all. All right, what do we do with today? That is the question. Well, firstly, we need to go ahead and grab these and check on our statues. Greater chance to find coal is fine, and we also get another blessing of the butterfly. It is the night market today. Daily quest bulletin board is up and running. Pam wants tuna, probably not going to happen. We'll check our mail. We now have the bone mill recipe. Through the door and faceplant on the carpet, typical Stardew Panda, exactly. So yeah, we now have the bone mill recipe. That's fantastic. We'll craft that up at some point. We also have some aged crimson fish roe there ready to go. And I don't believe we need any more fossilized legs. I should smoke these fish as I throw them all just straight in the chest. Prehistoric skull we haven't actually donated yet, so we'll keep that around. And we can sell that. I think I will actually keep a couple of these coconuts just because we don't have any. I used the last one, and that'll be okay. Let's throw the pan back on our head. Golden coconuts can go in there. I think we actually should probably just open a whole bunch of our things today because we have 87 artifact troves to open, and there's probably a decent amount of money in there. That's actually up to 90 now with that last one in there. Prehistoric skull can live in there as well as Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Thick. And then we can sell our soggy newspaper. That'll be absolutely okay. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and deal with all of our farm chores, and then we'll go from there. Why was there an egg there? I have an auto grabber. Oh well. That's fine. I don't know how that happened, but sure. Get that all processing and then head over to the barn. we will get our mayonnaise and our cheese. So, oh, did we not make any cheese today? Okay, that's fair. I'll sell that singular void mayonnaise, get the rest of that all away. Crimson Row should have room, I believe. Did we harvest 2 of these or just 1 this morning? I think it might have just been the 1. Alright, in that case, let's go ahead and make another preserves jar. I think that can just live over here. I'm going to move the ones behind my house because I can't see them. And that'll be fine. Are there any other fish you want to put to throw in ponds? Yes, there are. And we should probably make another fish pond. We have a legendary fish in here somewhere. I can't remember what it was. We have the wolf snapper. And is that it? I also need to catch the winter legendary fish at some point. Maybe that's today's mission. Let's go ahead and stock up our fishing rod. Currently it has a quality bobber and a the other one. The one that makes the bite rate faster. But I would like to actually throw on a cork bobber, potentially 2. I will grab myself another quality bobber just to replace the one that's on there when that breaks. And then I would also like a little bit of bait. And I think I would like deluxe bait. I should be able to make a decent amount of that. Let's go ahead and just make 75. That'll be fine. That can go on there. Quality bobber is already attached. Let's actually take all of that off. Put that on, and put that on. Then go back into this chest, throw that away, and they can stay down here. And that is the plan for today. Now, where is the winter fish? Stardew legendary fish. I always forget where the winter one is. Legendary fish, Stardew Valley guide. Sure, that'll work. I want the glacier fish, I believe. I believe that's the one we need. Crimson fish, glacier fish. Ah, I see. I know where that is. Alright, that one is in Cindersap Forest. So yeah, that is the plan today. Let's do a little bit of fishing. We also have crops ready in Grandpa's shed greenhouse as well as the regular greenhouse. And I am going to grab my seed makers to be able to move some stuff around here. I think that will be worthwhile. So let's get that done. Then we'll check the special orders board in town and then we'll go around and do a little spot of fishing. And I'm going to move this chest as well, just so that I can put my seed makers all in a nice line there. Switch this over, get that done, and we can throw our ancient fruit in those to continue making more seeds. And I will just go ahead and throw the star fruit back inside that chest. I think that'll be absolutely fine. All right. From there, let's go ahead and drop this coffee back off. And we'll go to the right side of our farm to do that. And I think you're right. I think we should go ahead and start working on another fish pond. I think that is worthwhile. So if my memory serves me correctly, that is 5 green algae, 5 seaweed, and something else. What that something else is, I don't remember. It's just 200 stone. We can absolutely do that. We have plenty of stone. I just want to get the right amount so that we don't have extra in our inventory, and that should be fantastic. Alright, from here, I'm going to head down to Cindersap Forest, try and catch ourselves the winter legendary fish, and then we might even head into the sewers, try and catch the legendary fish that lives down there, and then head up to Robin's, get that fish pond going. On the way, we'll check out the board. Let us know what our special order is for the week, and that should be fantastic. I definitely took the long way here. Don't go this way. But this is the exact spot that we want to fish for the glacier fish. If I am not mistaken, yeah, there it is. It now shows up. We can go ahead and cast down here, and that should get us the glacier fish relatively quickly. I also am now just realizing that I wanted the trap bobber, not the cork bobber, but that's all right. They both sort of accomplish the same goal. Alright, now it's the moment of truth. Can we catch it without a trap bobber? Or do I need to go and craft one? I don't think this fish is particularly tricky. It just darts around quite a lot. And there it goes. Alright, I'll give it one more attempt with this setup and then I might switch it out. My goodness, I couldn't even catch that normal fish. I don't know where my fishing game is today. Alright, take two. And we got it. Fantastic. One glacier fish officially caught. That sells for 3,000. It's one of the less valuable legendary fish, but that is absolutely okay by me. And then from there, I'm going to head into the sewers because I believe we can catch a legendary fish in here as well. I just need to keep an eye on the time because I do want to get to Robin's before they shut for the evening. And I genuinely have no idea how tricky this one is to catch. Just need to stop yapping. You are absolutely correct. My goodness. This fish is just toying with me. I genuinely don't understand what my fishing is doing today. This will be our very first golden treasure chest. And we get 4 magnets and a mystery box. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. Alright, I think I might actually come back for this one when I have the trap bobber equipped. So I'm going to walk back to the farm. And from here, I want to pick up a whole bunch of things that I can take to Clint to break open. And then we can donate a whole bunch of stuff to the museum. So let's go ahead and get that glacier fish put away so that I don't accidentally sell it. Sell the driftwood, sell the magnets, sell the Joja Cola. That should be fantastic. And then, instead of the cork bobber, I would please like 2 trap bobbers. I think that'll work out much better for me. Let's get all of that back in there. Quality bobber out. And that should be good. Just grab out my bait if I can find it. It went back in here. Throw that on. Throw that quality bobber on. Throw that trap bobber on. And I'm actually going to make 1 additional quality bobber. Because the one that I've currently got is almost broken. That should be fantastic. Alright, and then from there, I'm going to grab a whole bunch of stuff that I can donate to the museum, as well as our artifact troves, mystery boxes, geodes, golden coconuts, and our prehistoric skull, and that should be pretty much ready to go. Robin should be closing at 5, so we still have time. Oh, there is the prismatic butterfly. I generally don't like to hunt for it, but if I find it, I find it. And then we can go to town, go and see Clint, and break open a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to start with my artifact troves. And that is now a full inventory. We have a couple of things that maybe we can sell. No, he doesn't buy any of that. Okay, we might have to do a couple trips here, but that is okay. Let's head into the museum and at least get some of this donated. We also got a new reward, so let's go ahead and collect said reward. I also just realized that I hit Q when I was back at the farm, which means I no longer have the things for the fish pond that I wanted to build. That is unfortunate, but these things happen. All right, now instead of doing my artifact troves first, I think I would like to at the very least do that so that I get a golden walnut. Do that, and then we'll go with the regular geodes first, because Clint actually buys most of that stuff. But I think at this point we're going to have to come back with a clean inventory, because we have very little room. And instead of doing that, let's just go ahead and warp straight back to the farm, clean up the inventory, we'll grab all of the things for the fish pond, and then I think we'll come back down to Clint's from that point. And that's probably a smarter idea. I also want to quickly change this ancient seed into a real ancient seed, and that should be good. Throw that in there for now, and then we can probably sell the majority of this stuff. Treasure appraisal guide can be sold. Yeah, all of this can be sold. I'll keep the golden pumpkins because they are a loved gift pretty universally. Hit Q for the rest, and that should be good. I'm going to leave these down here for now. And that should be okay. And then I think I would actually like to make myself another big chest. And I will grab out the 5 green algae that we need, the 5 seaweed that we need, as well as the 200 stone that we need for the fish pond. And then with that big chest, I'm just going to dump that over here and basically empty out my inventory. I don't need any of this stuff right now, and I would like as much inventory room as I possibly can get to open all of these without having to worry too much about all of this stuff getting in the way. Right? That just seems like it'll make my life that much easier. So let's do that. Let's head up to Robin's real quick, and then I'll head back down to Clint's. I should have brought my fishing rod because the night market is on. Robin, can you please construct me a brand new fish pond, please? This is going to live over here with my other ones. And I believe I have like a 3 gap in between these. Like so. If not, I can always move it later, but I believe that is how I had it planned in my head. Alright, they're going to start working on that. From here, we'll head straight back down to Clint's and open up a whole bunch of geodes before we head back home, grab our fishing rod, and then head into the night market. And we also need to check the special orders board while we're here. Pierre's Prime Produce. High quality vegetables at a slight premium. The only problem with this is we need 25 gold star vegetables. It's currently winter and we're not really doing that. On the other hand, we could do biome balance. This is Demetrius. They just want river fish. Yeah, we can absolutely do that at some point. Many of them. And then I will do the mystery boxes next. And then the artifact probes. And we're going to quickly go ahead and do the shop and sell pretty much anything that we can just to clear this out. And then quickly go ahead and process geodes again. And we should be able to completely finish this at this point. And that is absolutely everything. The question is, do we have anything in that list that we can actually donate to be sold? Let's go back to the farm and then head to the night market with our fishing rod and catch some. It's pretty much just going to be sell absolutely everything that we found. I'll keep the warp totems because why not? Escargot can go. Treasure chests are not loved by people, so we're just going to sell those. Ancient dolls, I thought sold for more than that, but hey, it is what it is. I think actually we're going to make a decent amount of cash from this, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, golden masks are not really loved by anyone. That is absolutely okay. We have an amethyst ring and a glowstone ring. I'll just throw those back in my chest over here before heading back to my dumping chest and grabbing absolutely everything out. Fantastic. Don't forget to check the red boat to see what they're selling. Might be our garlic. You are absolutely correct. I will definitely talk to everyone and do everything that I possibly can at that event, so don't you worry about that. Let's get all of my inventory reorganized because this is an absolute mess at the moment. That was down there. These were all down the bottom. Like so. That was there. They can live there. And that is pretty much cleaned up and ready to go. We do have the rat bait equipped. So on that note, let's head down to the beach. Alright, welcome to the night market. The question is, do we talk to everyone? Or do we just sort of talk to people as we walk past them? And I think we just sort of talk to people as we walk past them. I'll do the fishing game last. Okay, apparently that had lots of answers, but that is okay. You are selling nothing that I care about. You give me coffee, right? Sure, I'll take a cup of coffee. Make me walk just that little bit faster. Although I actually think we already have a coffee bonus applied to us. I'll drink it either way. I do not want to be sent home just yet. You have holly, no. Nautilus shell, no. Rarecrow, we currently have already. And the Jojo furniture catalog, which I don't care about. You are selling some art. No, I don't care. You are selling decorations. Parsnip, B. Oh, it would have been nice if you sold garlic seeds. That would be amazing. We have that one. We have that one. Don't need anything there. We will go and do the mermaid. I don't 100% remember what the pattern is, but we'll go ahead and watch the mermaid show. I will quickly look this up. So this is something that you can get through secret notes. It tells you the combination. You can also do it just by listening to it. But there is also a thing called the internet and Google, and the pattern is 15423. So we need to wait for this whole thing to play. It's going to take up a little bit of time. I actually don't know if time is running at the moment. I think it is. Yeah, it is. So we'll watch this and then we'll throw in that code and we should get something back out. And one, oh, we can't do it just yet. We still have to wait. Show's not quite over yet. And there it goes. As soon as that curtain closes. 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. And we get ourselves a pearl, which is actually a pretty decent gift. It is loved by absolutely everyone, so I will 100% take that. And then from there, I think I want to head over to the fishing boat and do a spot of fishing, try and get all of the fish that are available to be caught in there just this one time, so we don't have to go back down there constantly. So we'll come over to the fishing master. It'll cost 1,000 gold to head down. And from there, we can just fish the night away. We should, in theory, just be able to warp straight home from here so we don't have to worry about doing this cutscene twice. And there should be a couple of fish that we haven't yet caught yet that we can catch down here. And over on the right, I am seeing 3 fish, I believe we need to catch down here. I can't believe that's not in the bubbles. That's actually insane. There is our very first midnight squid. There is our very first blobfish, as well as our very first golden animal cracker and some blobfish roe, as well as some geodes. And there is our very first spookfish. Now that is all of the fish we actually had to catch in order to complete this area down here. But since we're here, we may as well continue fishing just because we can, I guess. Do we really need to? Probably not. We need to catch 20 river fish, so maybe we just warp back to, I don't know, the beach? Desert? I don't know. We should probably be fishing somewhere more worthwhile. Actually, before I do that, let me just check on my spreadsheet here to make sure that there aren't things that we need to catch that we haven't caught yet. Because we may need multiple of some of the things that I just got, right? So we just caught ourselves a couple of things. Why can't I see them? Oh, it's probably because they're down here. And no, we just need one of each, and that is officially done. So we no longer need to be down here. Let's, I guess, just walk back to the farm. Why not? Walk back to the farm and then maybe head down to Cindersap for a little bit. Do a spot more fishing to start that other quest moving along. Right? That makes sense to me. And honestly, I'm just going to sell all 3 of those. I don't care about them even a little bit. And then let's just throw our golden animal cracker in our inventory. We'll apply that to an animal tomorrow, and that'll make it produce even more stuff. And then for the rest of the night, I think I'm just going to spend my time at the river down in Cindersap Forest, trying to catch as many fish as I possibly can. And let's be honest, there's probably going to be a decent amount of fishing in this episode and the next, just because we have the aquatic overpopulation quest going on at the moment. Once we're done with it though, we will probably, slow down with the fishing. Although we do still need the legendary fish from the sewers, as well as another fish from the sewers that I don't believe we've caught yet. We get another one, and that gives us fairy dust, which allows us to speed up our kegs if we want them to. And I am officially exhausted as well, which is fantastic. I was not paying attention to my energy. I feel like I haven't been exhausted in a good long while. I guess that's because I passed out yesterday. That sort of makes sense. Let's go ahead and eat a little bit of cheese, get that topped off again, and cast one more line in and get that done. Yeah, we're heading home after this fish. So let's go ahead and walk back to the farm and see how we did. If we hit F, biome balance, we are just about halfway done with that, so that shouldn't take too much longer. And if we actually craft up some challenge bait, we can do that a lot quicker as well. For right now, I think we are just going to head to bed for the evening. And let's see how much money we made with all of those artifacts. 41,000 gold just from those artifacts, as well as a little bit of coffee. That is not too bad. Not too bad for not doing too much work at all. That is 51,000 gold for the day. Fantastic. I am just going to quickly go and use the bathroom, and I will be back in 2 seconds. I am back. Let's keep going here. Alright. That is day 2 of the episode done. We're coming into day 16 of winter now. Snicey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry you came in at such a bad time, but that is okay. I am back now. Let's go ahead and get these statues done. We will gain extra friendship from speaking to people. If anyone could let me know how much extra friendship that actually gives you, that would be much appreciated, because I would very much like to know. Now, the question is, are we keeping any of these fish? And I think the answer is yeah. We didn't have a lingcod already, so let's throw that in there. Get all of these collected. There is quite a lot to collect, which is always nice to see. That is all starfruit jelly, which I did not mean to make. But, you know, these things happen when you have that many kegs. I'm also going to break these 3 preserves jars, because I think they would be better suited over here where I can actually see their progress. That just makes a whole lot more sense to me. That starfruit jelly, though, is going to sell for a decent amount of money, which I am definitely not sad about. I will also go ahead and throw the jade in there, and our aged legend row can be sold as well before we start today's chores. Now, the big question is, what do we throw this golden animal cracker on? And I think I want to throw it on a rabbit, although I'm not actually sure if they will produce more rabbit's feet with a golden animal cracker. But it's what I want to do. So that is what I'm doing. And then we'll collect all of this up, grab out all of our eggs, and throw them in. You know the drill. We get everything processed for the day, head over to the barn, and do the exact same thing there. With all that done, we can pretty much just sell anything left in our inventory and throw the birch water away, and that should be good to go. All right, in terms of what we want to do today, probably just more fishing, if I'm being completely honest with you. The island, Ginger Island, should be pretty much sorted at this point. We don't have to worry about that too much. And I think, yeah, I would just like to smash out this biome population quest and go from there, because getting that done seems like a good idea. So I hope you guys don't mind watching a spot of fishing. We only need 11 more fish, so it shouldn't take us too long. I don't mind it. I think it's more interesting at the start of the game. I don't like it as a moneymaker because it's so repetitive, but I don't mind it. I don't mind doing specific things. I don't mind catching one of each fish, but yeah, I don't like it as a moneymaker in general, just because it is so repetitive, and I don't know. That's about all I can say about that, really. It's not bad. It's not great for the stream because I feel like there's not really that much to talk about, but it gives my voice a break, so, you know, it is what it is. I should have made some challenge bait for this as well, because we are catching these guys without really letting them go at all, and that would have sped this up quite significantly. Challenge bait with 2 cork bobbers is actually kind of OP, by the way, if you were wondering. Because your fishing bar is so big that you don't need the quality bobber because you're not losing it at all. And then you get three iridium quality fish at a time. It's a good strategy, especially for easier fish, right? And already we're starting to feel exhausted. I will remember to eat my cheese today. Eat that cheese. Let's eat 2. Why not? We have cheese to spare, that's for sure. I feel like I haven't found that many secret notes either. I know it's only a 2% chance when you're fishing, and we haven't done that much mining since we actually unlocked the thing, but I feel like we're definitely lacking the secret notes a little bit. My fishing tackle has also worn out. I'm just gonna let that happen because I would like my fishing tackles to be at the same durability if I can help it. Of course, as soon as that fishing tackle wears out, I get a somewhat tricky fish, and I might actually end up losing this guy. Or I might smash it and get super lucky. Fantastic. I want to know what you guys do while you're watching the stream. What else are you currently doing? Am I on your main monitor, or am I on a second monitor and you guys are just watching me in the background? I'm very curious. And there we go. That quest is now complete as that last piece of tackle wears out. I may as well catch this guy since I'm already here, but that quest is officially finished. Biome balance is done. I do want to re-equip both my quality bobber and my trap bobber at this point, and I think I'm going to head down to the sewers and try and catch the legendary fish from the sewers, as well as the fish that I haven't caught down there yet, just to get that out of the way since we are sort of having a fishing day anyway. I think that'll be worthwhile. Main right now, laptop. Watching the hubby play PS5 on the TV over the top of the monitor. Nice. Nice. What's he playing? What's he playing? Is it good? I'll read your message in a second. I need to lock in, try and get this fish. The trap bobber helps so much with this. And there we go. That is our very first radioactive bass. Demon Souls? Very nice. Very nice choice. Haven't actually played Demon Souls, but I did complete Dark Souls quite a few times. Dark Souls 3 specifically. I think it does, and I believe it is actually one of the easier ways to produce radioactive ore, which is interesting. I might actually go ahead and throw that fish in a fish pond before anything else. Let me actually just quickly check. Open the inventory. F1, and yeah, with 10 fish, it has a 5% chance to produce a radioactive bar. With 5 fish, 10% chance for radioactive ore, and 1 fish is 15% chance of radioactive ore. So I think I will throw this in a fish pond before anything else, just to get that up and running so that we have radioactive ore when we need it. Yeah, it's pretty cool fish. Pretty cool fish. I think it's added by Expanded though. And here we go. Here's the fight with the legendary fish that we've all been waiting for. This guy actually seems somewhat easy. I even managed to get the golden chest there. And that is our mutant carp. Done and dusted. We get copper ore and a fish stew for doing that. And if we have a look at the mutant carp, wherever it went, does this do anything good for us in a thing? No, it's just a row. I will probably eventually put it in a fish pond, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. Alright, with that all done and dusted, let's go ahead and grab our little thing here. I believe we actually have 3 of these now, so I might come back and turn those in before we head back down to the night market. Does the stock change every day? Is what I want to know. I think it might, so it might be worth us visiting that every single day, just to make sure that we try our best to find that garlic that we were looking for, right? So radioactive bass is going in there. Mutant carp is going in there. Lincod roe can stay out. I don't need that. And we can probably just sell a whole bunch of the stuff that's in our inventory. Chubs, I'm actually quite surprised that we don't have any of those in our chest up here. We had a silver chub. Let's sell the silver one, keep a couple of the iridium ones. That'll be worthwhile. Ancient sword can be sold, and the mystery box can go in our chest of things to be opened. That'll go there. That'll be fantastic. Let's grab our prize tickets out and head over to the night market. Wiki says stock and prices change daily. Fantastic. Thank you for looking that up for me. I appreciate it. Head over to the night market and try our best to find some garlic. I don't know if it's ever sold there, but hey, it's worth having a look. And of course, we'll stop by Lewis's house to turn in our prize tickets as well. We get 4 ancient artifact troves. We get some sort of tree decoration. Fantastic. And we get Stardew Valley Almanac, I believe that is. And our next one is going to be the Star Drop Tea. So we want that very specifically to try and get our friendship up with as many people as possible. That one will probably go to Lance, because I feel like Lance is one of the hardest NPCs to befriend, just because you don't see them super often, right? Alright, let's head down here, talk to Sophia, our future wife, just because that always helps, and see what we can't buy this time around. You are selling pretty much the same thing. It's always just decorations from you, I think. That makes sense. Lewis, excuse me. I'd like to get past, please. You are selling garlic seeds. There you go. That is exactly what I wanted. That is fantastic. You're also selling stuff. 1 starfruit for seed. That is definitely not worth it, but oh, that is beautiful. That is exactly what I wanted to see. And I don't know if you sell anything particularly different. No, looks very similar to me. I am curious which rare crow we still need. Or did we get them all? We have one of those, we have one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. Ah, we don't have this one. That one's just bought from the dwarf, so we can absolutely do that. I might even go ahead and do that now, because we don't have anything else to do for today. Except potentially go over to Ginger Island and plant that garlic. Fantastic. Ah, every standard seed? Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so glad we found that, and I'm so glad we went back. Alright, let's head to the mines. This should be the very last rare crow we need, and that will unlock the deluxe scarecrow. So we need to buy that rare crow, and that should be that done. Fantastic. And then I'm going to walk straight over to Ginger Island and plant that garlic seed. Cool, and it's raining, so we can get another one of the bird statue thingies. But first, I need to find that garlic seed, and we need to plant this down. Let's go ahead and plant that just there. That'll be absolutely okay. Have we actually talked to the cannoli guy yet? Have I started this quest line? Who dares to enter my nest? A humble farmer, come to cultivate my lands. How fortunate. Oh, how the rains have blessed me. You see, my fields once teemed with fresh fruit and vegetables, but I have grown old, and without the vigor of youth, my fields have turned to worthless dust. What I would give to feast my eyes upon that banquet of delights once more. That's where you come in. You must grow for me that sweet delight, which is both pink and juicy. That is a melon. Do not pluck it from the earth. I wish to see it in its natural state. So we can't harvest it as soon as it's grown, but as soon as that melon is grown in 10 days, yeah, everything else should be grown at that point, and we can turn all 3 of those quests in at the exact same time, which is fantastic. Alright, from here I want to check whether or not that bird is around, because we still need the one from here, and I believe the one from the beach are the ones we are currently missing. I don't see the bird just yet. I always forget where this bird actually spawns though. So I'm going to run around my entire farm looking for it. And yeah, I don't think it's going to spawn up here. So let's head back down to the docks. I believe that is another location that that bird can spawn. And indeed it is. That is there. That is a topaz. And that topaz can be placed into the altar. Now, we could guess the last one, whether or not it's worth doing that or just waiting for another rainy day so that we have it in our inventory. I don't know. But that topaz is going to live right about there, and we have one more left to do. We don't have any stones in our inventory, so, you know, we can't do that just yet, but it is what it is. K-Town Chef, evening, and welcome to Stardew Valley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Just so no one gets confused, I am about to do an outro for the video, and that is going to mean that you guys are going to think it's the end of the stream. I promise you it is not. That is for the video only, so please don't be alarmed as I do this outro. I'll do another intro after that outro, and we'll go from there. So, that is it. We're going to head to bed for the night, see how much money we made on the day. Again, not too shabby, not too shabby. 26,000 gold. And on that note, that is where we are going to end today's video. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, please go ahead and make sure to leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Consider becoming a member of the channel if you'd like early access to the videos, or becoming a Golden Panda member if you'd like your name in the game. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys. And now we do an intro for the next one. You guys know how it works at this point. All right, strap in. Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today I don't 100% know what I want to do. It is the night market day 3. That is not something we're super concerned about doing because we already found the garlic that we were looking for from said night market. We do have a message here from Demetrius. They're going to let us know how to build the farm computer, which is nice. We got cookies that are accidentally closed, and we get the deluxe scarecrow from the ZC Rarecrow Society. Fantastic. We also have a quest from Clint here. Got a new hammer. I want to try it on a variety of metals. Could you smelt an iron bar and bring it to me? Absolutely, we can. We can absolutely do that for you, Clint. Shouldn't be too much of a problem at all. It looks like our coconut is also ready. So we'll be able to hand that into the raccoons and advance that quest line a little bit further, which will be fantastic. Before we do any of that, actually, no. We will do this now. So I need to head up to the farm cave, grab out my dried powder melons, and then we can head down to the raccoons and give them their quest items now that we have the coconut jelly and the dried powder melon. And then we just need to wait for them to progress their quest line, and we can grab the next quest off of them, which will be fantastic. All right, looks like we also have some crops in the greenhouse that are ready to harvest. Since we're up here already, we may as well go ahead and do that right now. All right, and then down here by the raccoons, we can go ahead and deliver their items to them. They are hungry and need fruit, and they want dried powder melons and coconut jelly. That is now complete. I don't know what we get from that. We get the raccoon journal. Fantastic. That will give us weeds have a greater chance to yield mixed seeds. We aren't really using mixed seeds, but hey, I'll take it. I like to have all of the books. So we may as well read that and get that out of the way. We should be doing pretty well with our special powers and items. We only have 2 books left to find, 1 mastery, and then all of these things, which we don't know what they are just yet, but I imagine through the course of time, we will find out. But right now, we need to go ahead and deal with the rest of our daily chores. It also appears as though our next fish pond is officially up and running. So we should go ahead and grab one of our fish and throw that in there. And I have a plan for that. That is going to be the radioactive bass. And the reason that I want to throw a radioactive bass in that pond is because the radioactive bass can give us radioactive ore, which we currently have no way of obtaining apart from getting it through said radioactive bass. So I'm going to grab one of those bad boys out, throw my mayonnaise and anything else that I can sell in the shipping bin, head back over and throw this radioactive bass in said fish pond. Now, this fish is added from Stardew Valley Expanded, so keep that in mind if you are looking for it in a vanilla save. I don't think that is possible. Yeah, added by mod Stardew Valley Expanded. So you won't be able to do this normally, but we can. And now has a population of 1 of 4, and eventually they'll ask for some stuff to increase the level there. Now, we also need to check our daily bulletin board. Pam is asking for a midnight carp. I don't particularly feel like doing that for you, Pam. I apologize. We also have a stone owl down here. I'm just going to leave that for the time being. And come up to Grandpa's shed greenhouse to harvest what I imagine is one of our ancient fruits. And we did upgrade our seed making facilities here a little bit earlier. So we should now start be able to producing all of the seeds we need to fill this entire thing with ancient fruit, slowly but surely. So that is now done. The next thing that I want to do is address the wizard's birthday. So we are going to walk back to the right side of our farm before opening up the calendar and seeing what it is the wizard likes. Now, I know they like void essence, but you are better off giving them something that can have a quality level associated to it. So like a purple mushroom would be fantastic. Solar essence, void essence, all of these things can be done. Rabbit's foot, purple mushroom are probably our best bets. Do we have any iridium quality purple mushrooms laying around? We have some normal quality ones, but that doesn't really help us all that much. I have a feeling we don't have any, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that is okay. On that note, we may as well just go ahead and give them a golden pumpkin. We don't have any higher quality rabbit's feet either, so yeah, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and see the wizard and give them that present. What's the plan for the bottom floor of Grandpa's greenhouse? That will be full of kegs, because I believe that is another place in the game that Stardew Valley Expanded adds that is available to put casks, sorry, not kegs. Normally kegs can only be in your basement, but I believe they can also be placed in the Grandpa's shed greenhouse on the bottom floor. So that's probably what that will be filled with eventually, once our winemaking empire gets to that sort of a level, right? But happy birthday to the wizard. I'll go ahead and talk to you a whole bunch of times. That brings us up immediately to 4 hearts. I'm pretty sure we were definitely struggling with that at some point, but that should be much better. I also don't think we can buy things from you just yet, but I do just quickly want to head downstairs to see whether or not we have any cutscenes available to us. And it doesn't look like we do. That's okay. All right, with the rest of the day, what should we do? Oh, never mind. I get a cutscene as soon as I leave. One moment, I must access the strength of this barrier. It should hold steady for another 6 seasons. I see. Let me explain. While Stardew Valley often seems tranquil, monsters do lurk in its darker corners, particularly deep in the woods. West of my tower, there are dangerous slimes that attack any human they see. As the resident magic practitioner of Stardew Valley and Pelican Town, it is my responsibility to maintain the magical barrier that prevents the monsters from attacking. When a witch or wizard chooses their home, they also swear to protect the residents of that home. Camilla, the Witch of Castle Village, is exceptionally talented. She leads the vanguard, fighting off the hordes of monsters in Galdora. The barrier she oversees is the largest in the world and requires immense amounts of mana to maintain. My apologies, Panda. I must attend a council meeting. See ya. See you later, friend. Thanks for the cutscene. I don't believe there are any more cutscenes available to us there, but that is absolutely fine. All right. It is also raining on the island tomorrow, so we will be able to complete that. But the rest of the day, I genuinely don't know what we should do. I genuinely don't. I think it actually might be about time that we did another, not Ginger Island run, Skull Cavern run, because we just haven't done one in so very long. I do need to ditch the rest of this coffee, but we should have pretty much everything else we need in order to do that. I would like to get more staircases. We currently have 19. That's not a bad start. And I think I would also like to just ditch a whole bunch of stuff that we don't need. Like all of these prismatic shards and warp totems aren't necessary. We do need the desert one, but that's about it. Watering can, fishing rod we don't need, iridium hoe we don't need, scythe we don't need, axe we don't need, void mayonnaise we don't need. Everything else can probably stay. Let's go ahead and organize this out just a little bit. Cherry bombs, you know what, they can go as well. And I'm going to see how many we can actually craft. We can craft 18 more mega bombs, not too bad, and then 7 regular bombs. That is just because we are lacking, what was it, iron ore. We could take some coal with us, and that way we can craft as we go. I think that's not a bad way to do this. So let's come in here, grab out some coal. That should be fine. Let's leave that there. This can live there. And on that note, let's head to the desert and do a late-ish start Skull Cavern run. Just honestly to make a little bit more money and, you know, get some resources. Plus, I haven't done one in a while and I kind of feel like doing one. So let's do it. And what bonus do we have today? We have a greater chance of finding ladders and shafts. That should be very, very helpful. And I like it. I'm just going to try and get as deep as I possibly can. We also have a sword that can now kill these guys without having to use bombs on them, which is going to be fantastic. I would like to kill a couple of them just so that I can make more mega bombs in the future. But our sword is also particularly upgraded, so we should have much less trouble actually getting around in Skull Caverns in general, which will be very, very nice to see. And we are really just looking for secret notes at this point. This is going to be a staircase level because I hate it. And don't forget to eat cheese so that we don't die. That's the main gist of this run. First treasure room, that's us a red cowboy hat. Eight levels, nice. I'm actually just going to quickly look at our chart here. We still need to kill 4 Pepper X's, so I am going to spend the time to just stay on this level for a little bit and kill all of the Pepper X's we can see, which is going to give us 4 of them, which is all that we need. So that should be absolutely fantastic, and that also gets us the ladder. Now we don't need to kill any more slimes, so I'm just going to quickly skip past that level and continue on. We are still killing serpents as well, so every now and then we will stop to kill a couple of those, but we're not going to make a super big point of it, right? Because, you know, they're sort of everywhere. Where is the ladder? My goodness. I also didn't check my luck this morning, and we don't have the best luck in the world, so that sort of makes sense. Hello? I just want to go down, please. Okay. This is silly. Night market is now open again. I don't particularly care about that today, so I'm just going to leave that. Just because this monster level is so small, I will go ahead and just kill everything on this. Before I head down, I'm going to eat some cheese so that I don't die. Cheese tax. I actually shouldn't say that. My dogs will hear me. And they will want cheese. Alright, and the inventory is officially full, and we have quite a few notes to read. So let me just organize these all in a nice row so that this is nice and easy to do. Hit tab, and we can go ahead and read these. Alright, come speak to me on the job. I drive the truck. This is the one we wanted. This is Rabbit's Feet to the guy who drives the Jojo Mart truck. Fantastic. Next one is favorite gifts. We don't care about those. We have just a picture of Marnie. More favorite gifts. We don't care about that. And more favorite gifts. Perfect. That'd be my cat with crackers. You have them. She demands a couple. Oh, 100%. You have to. Our dogs love a cheese tax. Whenever we're cooking anything with cheese, they get a little bit of cheese. I am still looking for a fairy trinket as well, I will add. And that is all of our mega bombs, but we should be able to craft a whole bunch more. And our inventory is full again. I will get rid of some bone fragments. I also don't really care about the sap at this point. The red cowboy hat can go. And I guess I'll just throw that note up there so that we can keep an eye on it. Clay can go away. Skeleton tail can go away. Prehistoric ribs and prehistoric vertebrae can all go away as well. And we'll read this secret note away from the hole. Hit something behind the community center. We'll have to remember that. And we'll jump on in. I do need to eat cheese as soon as we land here. Ace Roller, hello and welcome. Cheese stacks, eat that cheese. Fantastic. And we get ourselves some miner's treats. And an immediate shaft leading back down, which is fantastic. There is a prismatic shard for us. Another treasure room. Purple slime egg. Fantastic. Think I'll be doing a slime coop this run? Probably not. I don't think I've ever actually done a slime coop. I just don't genuinely see the point. I don't understand why you would want one. They're probably useful. I've just never done it. And I don't really have a desire to. I don't know why. Right? I feel like that's the way that they go. You build it and then you're like, why did I build this? There is floor 100 at just about midnight. 2 iridium bars. Oh, there's a rabbit's foot that I would definitely pick up. Mixed seeds can go away. It's only a regular quality rabbit's foot, but hey, it's better than nothing. And you know what? Since we have to kill serpents, I may as well stay while this is, you know, spawning all of the things. Just to get a little bit more of that eradication goal done. And obviously keeping an eye on the time as well. And if we have a look, we now need to kill 11 more serpents and 73 magma sprites, which are on the island volcano. But on that note, I am going to head down this ladder, quickly have a look, realize I don't care about this floor, and then warp back home. Not bad for a mad luck day, I absolutely agree. What did we get on the day? We got a rabbit's foot, purple slime egg worth 5,000 gold, a whole bunch of secret notes, 2 prismatic shards. Yeah, not bad at all. 120 copper, 148 iridium. We brought coal with us. We didn't find 231 coal, although that would have been absolutely amazing. And we even have time to clear out the inventory before we head back to bed. I do quickly want to make up any more mega bombs just so that they are in my inventory and ready to go. And then we can figure out what we want to sell. So I think I will actually sell this purple slime egg. 5,000 gold seems well worthwhile to me. And then I'm going to store away my purple mushroom just because it is iridium quality. And the wizard loves iridium quality purple mushrooms. And he is one of the people we will need to make friends with at some point very soon. What else do we have? I don't know why the battery pack's staying in my inventory, apart from the fact that that's why. So let's go ahead and do that. Press Q. Let's get that away. Go back to this chest over here. Store our staircases. And I honestly... yeah, let's start storing our bombs again. I don't think I want to hang around with them all the time. Secret note needs to be read. I will deal with that a little bit later on. Bomb can come down to there, I guess. I'll leave some bombs on me, but just not as many as I normally would. That can go away, and then I think everything else can pretty much just be sold. Energy tonic, life elixir can be sold. Prismatic shard is going to stay in our inventory down here. These can both go in our other inventory, and the iron ore can head back into this chest here. And I think that's pretty much everything organized. We'll grab the rest of the stuff out of our junk chest in the morning, but that should be a successful day. Alright, we made a cool 14,000 gold on the day. Very, very nice. I do want to head back to the island volcano as well, because I would like to get preserving on my fishing rod, and that is something that I do not have yet. So that might be the plan today, especially considering we have a crop to harvest on Island West. Now, that's probably not the first crop we need, so we actually probably won't be able to harvest that, but our crops over there are starting. We also have infinite energy today, which is just a nice thing to have. And we have a little bit of mail. You've proven your trustworthiness. I would like to propose I teach you some basic magic. Visit me in my chambers at your earliest convenience. I will absolutely do that, Mr. Wizard. And we also have the Feast of the Winter Star coming up. Basically, Secret Santa within Stardew Valley, and our secret person is Lewis. Now that should be pretty easy to deal with. If we have a look at Lewis here, they like prismatic shards, golden pumpkins, hot peppers, pearls, and rabbit's foot, amongst other things. We should be absolutely able to deal with that, no problem at all. I do quickly want to read this. This says, I borrowed a necklace from Mum, but lost it somewhere near the bathhouse. She's going to freak if anyone notices it's missing. We will probably at some point just spend a day, once we have all of the secret notes in our inventory, completing all of the ones that we can, because, you know, doing them one at a time just seems like it will be tedious, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, let's go ahead, clean up the inventory, go ahead and get all of the things that can be sold, which includes the aged Crimson Fish roe, as well as our jade can go in there, and more aged Crimson Fish roe. Perfect. And then we'll get the inventory sorted out. I didn't keep his purple boxes. I didn't. I wish I did just for that reason. Although, I might be able to show you a trick. I might. I can't 100% remember how it works, but bear with me and we might be able to do something here. I'm going to grab the cherry bombs out of there and just put them back in my skull cavern chest. I think that'll be absolutely fine. These can go down there. That'll be fine. And then let me just sort out this inventory because it is currently a big fat mess. Alright, much better. All right, Harvest Crops Island West, we won't be doing that. We can check this. Demetrius wants us to slay some crabs. Probably not, Demetrius. I apologize. And then I'm going to deal with the animals. And then I'm going to grab a staircase and head to Lewis's house. Yeah, I don't like him either. But I do like being good at the game, so I will give him a loved gift for his birthday if my plan doesn't work. What should I do? I don't have plans. I'm in winter too. You should do whatever makes you happy. Skull Caverns, Ginger Island, fishing, or if you really don't like winter, just sleep through it. You can go to sleep as early as you like, but it's a great time to upgrade tools. It's a great time to deal with animals. You know what I mean? All of that sort of stuff. And I still haven't put a radioactive fish in here, so let's go ahead and do that now. We should be nice. We are going for perfection. But I will try something. Trying to make my house better? Nice. It's a perfect time to do that. Do I have any free? Yeah, I do. Right up here. Perfect. Go there. And then I'm going to grab out that radioactive bass. Where did my other one? Oh, I did throw it in. I did put it in there. It just didn't change color. I really thought it would. Oh, that's unfortunate. But hey, it is what it is. Alright, get those sold, get that sold, get that sold. That should be good. Alright, now I want to grab myself a staircase and head into town. I'm on the Vita, so I like to play way too much because... Nice. Nice. Is that the PlayStation Vita? Is that still a thing? Maybe only the legendary fish changed the color? No, I'm pretty sure the... I know for a fact, well, I don't know for a fact, I'm pretty sure that the lava eel also changes the color. But we are now here in Lewis's house, and I have stairs on me, and I am going to... Nope, I don't want to give them to you. There is somewhere... Where do I put the stairs? There. You see it? Nope, it's not there. Okay. Where do I put the stairs? I know that I can do this somewhere, but I don't remember where it is. Is it in his room? There it is. We are now in his basement. And there is a little bit of a maze, but that's okay because we're good at mazes. And we can come all the way down here, all the way around, all the way... Nope, that's a dead end. I guess we continue going around this way then. All the way around, all the way down, all the way to the bottom, and then across. And look what we found. We have lucky purple shorts. Fantastic. We are going to give those to Lewis at the Feast of the Winter Star because that just seems very appropriate. We're also going to get attacked by some purple shorts, so we need to get out of here, and I think the easiest way to do that is to just warp straight out. Does Haley like any fruit? Haley likes fruit salad. But no, just general fruit. She might like it. I think most people do like all fruit and vegetables and things, but she doesn't love it. Haunted boxes, exactly. Alright, so I'm going to leave those in my inventory forever. And what did I say I wanted to do today? I wanted to go to the island and do the volcano to try and get preserving on my fishing rod. Now... in order to do that, I could already potentially get it because I have enough cinder shards and a prismatic shard to do one enchantment, but I'd like to do as many as possible. So with that in mind, let's go ahead, walk to the island. I believe it is also raining today, so we should, in theory, be able to get that very last bird to spawn, which I believe They will spawn over here. That'll give us the last one. That'll give us some more golden walnuts. That is an amethyst. We can now go ahead and throw this into the altar over here. And that should be them all correct. Hello? Is it a problem that we had 2 amethysts? Why didn't this work? They were definitely where I found them. Well, that's unfortunate. We might have to come back and, oh, no. I just went to that's for there, so I didn't get the 4th one. That was, yeah, that's my bad. We're looking for the one on our farm rather than that one, but that's okay. We can head to the dig site and work our way through this. Lance is also here. Do you like amethysts? You don't mind them. But you probably like golden pumpkins better. We don't have any of those on us. Alright, you can have an amethyst. You're welcome. And let's just switch out our watering can for our axe and make our way through the volcano. And we are still, of course, looking for as many dragon's teeth as we can find. There is a golden walnut. Secret note. Cinder shards. Don't think you've ever played on Ginger Island? Ah. You might have to start another save and get here. It's a good time. It's like a brand new game. It can be a little bit overwhelming at first, though, I will admit. Oops. I don't think there's anything we particularly need to buy from that guy. We can, however, break these to get a little bit of extra loot if we want to. There is a dragon's tooth, exactly what we want. And of course, do not forget to eat your cheese so that you don't die. Now, I normally wouldn't spend so much time trying to fight those magma sprites, but we do still have an eradication goal for them, so killing them is somewhat worthwhile. Get ourselves a golden walnut from the chest there. There is yet another dragon's tooth, and this magma sprite is really ruining my day. But we managed to take him down. And the exit is just over here. Last level before the end, and then we can do a little bit of enchanting before we head back home. And that is the top of the volcano once again. Now, you can get up here without doing the whole volcano. You don't have to do it every single time. I just like to do it because I am collecting both cinder shards and dragon's teeth. So it sort of makes sense for me. But I would like to put my advanced iridium rod in as well as my prismatic shards. And I'm hoping, actually, before I do that, I want to take out my items in there because I'm not actually 100% sure if it removes them. It shouldn't, but I'm going to do it just in case. And what I'm looking for here is preserving, which gives us a chance to keep some of the bait or the lures every time that we cast this rod. Now, I got auto hook, which is kind of nice, but I don't mind hooking fish manually, and I would rather have preserving. Efficient means that we won't use any energy when we use it. Again, kind of nice, but we have 74 cheese. We don't need energy. We want preserving. Please. That's master. That gives you an additional fishing level. Again, not something that I particularly want. And this is our very last chance because we only have 24 cinder shards left. Auto hook. Well, that was about the worst luck we could have had trying to do that enchanting, but sometimes that's just how it works out. Do I have an empty inventory slot here? I don't. Okay. That's just going to drop on the ground for a second. I can put my bobbers and my bait back on my rod. That will mean we can pick up the prismatic shard. Where is my other bobber? Oh, there. Perfect. Throw that there. Throw that there. And we got a decent amount. We got a mummified bat, which I believe we do need. We also got a couple of journal scraps, which we will read as well. Some magma caps, which sell for a decent amount of money. Overall, not a terrible run through the volcano, but I would have preferred to have preserving end up on my fishing rod. But you can't always get what you want. Alright, so do we have any rubies on us? No. But we do have topaz, we have aquamarine, we have diamond. Let's head back down. It's 9:20. I think we have time to do this. Let's head back down to the little gem thing and see if one of these doesn't fit into those pedestals because we didn't get it today. So if we head to the jungle, I believe is where we need to go. And we can come over this way and we can try out a diamond. That is not it. Try out an aquamarine. That is not it. Topaz probably isn't going to be it because Topaz is at the bottom, and I don't believe there are any gems that we have on us that we can try. So that tells me that it is probably a ruby in that slot. So we might have to bring a ruby back with us the very next time we come. Since it's 10 o'clock, I would quickly like to go to the dig site. And just quickly check whether or not there are any panning spots, because we still need to do a little bit of panning up here. And then we'll head in and turn in our mummified bat, which should in turn give us a couple more golden walnuts. But I'm just going to wait around here for a little bit, hoping that a panning spot shows up, because we still do need to pan for one of the things for that tent. Always when you're looking, it just never shows up. Come on. Please? I know it's getting late. I just want to do at least one pan before I went to bed. Come on now. Alright, this is just being very, very rude. Well, at the very least, we can go ahead and turn in this mummified bat, I believe is what we had. We should be able to donate to museum and turn in said mummified bat. The bat will wave, and you've outdone yourself, Panda. This is one of the most pristine specimens I've ever seen. Thank you. And would you look at that, with this donation, we've got another full set piece complete. Got a little something waiting for you behind the counter when you're ready for it. I am absolutely ready for it. Give me that golden walnut. And we can take a hint. You know, there's some great fishing on the island. From what I know, many of the fish enjoy nibbling on ancient bones. So that's just telling us we need to do more fishing on Ginger Island in order to get another one of the things. But maybe if we come back here, we'll get a panning spot before we have to head home and head to bed. But it doesn't look like we are going to, unfortunately. Alright, on that note, I will just go ahead and head straight on home. That way I can clean up my inventory before I go to bed. And I'm also going to grab out a ruby that I can just hold in my inventory until we end up back at Ginger Island. I'm going to hit Q to clear out most of the things that I don't need. And then I can go in here and drop off my dragon tooth. Decoration chest, I will drop off my white dot shirt. In this chest down here, I can drop off my golden coconut. The pan can go back on my head. I will grab out a singular ruby. I know I have rubies somewhere. Singular ruby for that. I will just quickly lock that in my inventory so that I don't accidentally put it away. And then the magma cap is simply going to be sold. Now it is 1:40. I would love to harvest these all up, but I'm not going to have time, so I will just head straight to bed. Fantastic. Alright, how much money did we make on the day? Probably not as much as we could have if we sold the rest of those, but that is 8,400 gold for the day. Not too shabby at all. I am curious how close we are getting to building the final upgrade to both the coop and the barn. We must be close. If we have a look at the coop, because I believe that one is cheaper. The premium coop costs us 20 fir wax, 125 hardwood, and 600 stone, plus $200,000. We might have 20 fir wax. We need to check that. It is also Marlin's birthday. The traveling merchant is in town, and we have some crops ready for us in the greenhouse. And I need to quickly grab my statue things. So 1 ore from nodes, and we have +1 luck. It might be another volcano day today. We also get a pizza from Shane. I appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get all of our regular farming chores complete. Looks like our radioactive bass has produced its first roe. Now, roe isn't the thing we were interested in, but I will go ahead and preserve this just to make a little bit of extra cash. But what I really want is those radioactive bars and radioactive ores. If we have a look at this, it's still at 1 of 4. It should slowly but surely grow up, and that will be fantastic. Now, I just hovered over the fur wax there, and I noticed these take... Oh no, that's 24 hours we'll have some more. I thought that said 24 days, and I was concerned that we had absolutely none. But let me head back over to my chests and see how we are doing in the fur wax department. I will just quickly stop at the greenhouse on the way though to grab up my coffee. Alright, so fur wax should in theory be in this chest, and we currently have 25. We only needed 20, so I think that is something that I would like to do today, is get that upgraded. My coop upgraded to the next level. We will go ahead and sell that, and call that good to go. The ruby is going to come down here for the time being. All of this can live up there, and let's go ahead and get this all processing up. Alright, so in terms of the premium coop, we needed 20 fur wax, 125 hardwood, and 600 stone. We should have that. We only have 120 hardwood, but that is okay because we have a hardwood farm and we can absolutely get more of that. I'm also, while I'm thinking about it, going to grab the rest of my mahogany seeds and plant them up while we're over here. And apparently holding down the button and doing that is not the way to go because I just ripped up some of my flooring, but that's okay. We can replace that pretty easily, and I'll pay better attention as I do these ones while I try and water the plant rather than chopping it down. Fantastic. Ah, and there's another one gone. Alright, and then from there we have 19 mahogany seeds left over. We'll go ahead and plant them anywhere we can, just so that these regrow once spring comes around. Perfect. And we got a secret note as well. This is letting us know that Junimos exist. A little bit of lore. Yeah, said that raisins are their favorite food. All stuff we sort of already knew, and we don't have to worry about too much. Fantastic. With that done, I believe yeah, we now have enough hardwood and stone in order to get the coop upgraded. And it is also Marlin's birthday. But first, I want to head down to the traveling merchant and see whether or not they have anything worthwhile. Chances are they probably don't, but that is okay. Yep, absolutely nothing that I need. That is fine. I do still need to grab an iron bar for Clint as well. So let's grab something for Marlin's birthday, grab an iron bar for Clint, and then do both of those things as well as go see Robin. Then I'll probably make my way back to the island volcano and get that done. But in terms of Marlin's birthday, he likes prismatic shards, rabbit's foot, pearl, golden pumpkin, all of the usual suspects. I think we will just go ahead and do a golden pumpkin for him today. Sorry, and I do need an iron bar, which I actually don't have. So let's grab out our iron and our coal and smelt some up. Now, that means that probably won't get done today, but I'm okay with that. That is the wrong chest. Let's throw that in there. Re-grab out our golden pumpkin because I did notice that that vanished, as well as our stone and our fir wax, which also got thrown away. Perfect. That should be everything we need. Let's start at Robin's, I guess, and then head up and see Marlin. Hello, Robin. I would like you to please construct a farm building for me, and I would like you to make a premium coop. Now, this houses 16 coop-dwelling animals, comes installed with an auto-petter, grabber, and a heater already installed. We should have all of the things that we need. And is this... Oh. Well, that's not how I thought that worked. I assumed... wrongly, obviously, that this was an upgrade. It's not. It's a standalone building. So let's go ahead and throw that up there, I suppose. And then I might end up moving it because I don't know that I actually want 2 coops. But hey, maybe I do. Maybe I do. So, well, that's cool. I just assumed that was an upgrade. That is nice that you can just immediately go to the fully upgraded coop if you want a fully upgraded coop without having to go through the like 12 days it would take to upgrade from the basic to the premium. I actually quite like that. I just didn't plan for it. I wish they made it so that you could do it as an upgrade or you could do it as a standalone rather than both, but that is what it is. And Alicia. Oh, you must be Panda, the new adventurer Marlin told me so much about. My name is Alicia. I hail from Castle Village. Alicia lived in Stardew Valley years ago. She's a talented sniper. I requested her aid. Slimes were duplicating on the cabin ceilings, too high for me to reach with a sword. I'm not as good of a shot as I used to be. You're too hard on yourself, Marlin. If you require my bow again, don't hesitate to ask. Besides, I quite enjoy visiting the valley. I must take my leave. Apologies for cutting our introduction short, Panda. Very nice to meet you. Until next time, Marlin. Farewell, Alicia. Bye. Well then, back to it. Alright, cool. Just a random person we haven't met yet. Fantastic. Alright, Marlin, it is officially your birthday. Have a pumpkin. We are now full hearts with Marlin. Absolutely fantastic. We are getting there. That is 2 out of however many NPCs there currently are. Fantastic. And have we not met anyone yet? Do we have any question marks? No, but that doesn't mean that we haven't met them, I don't think. I don't think that's what that means. All right, from here, I would like to head back to the island volcano, just so that I can try and get preserving on my fishing. That is all that I want in life right now. So let's head back. And we can also try and put that ruby on that pedestal. I'm hoping that that works. If we come down here, we should be able to do this just a little bit quicker because we have this and we can go straight to the jungle, which will take us right next to it. head in here and find our ruby and see if that works. And indeed it did. That is now 17 out of the 20 golden walnuts we require for the cove to open up. So that will be very, very cool. But for now, we're going to head to the volcano and do another run through here. And I apologize if I'm a little bit quiet while I do this run. I just want to make sure that we get through in time, because I started this run quite late into the day, so I'm trying to go as quickly as I possibly can. And I missed a button here, unfortunately, which means I have to backtrack a little bit and try and find it. But that is actually not the end of the world, because I did find a little bit more cinder shard ore down here that I would like to grab. But I still can't see the button, so that is somewhat concerning. Oh, there it is. I found it. There is another golden walnut. Actually, was that two? No, just one. This is a huge level. Thankfully, there is nothing blocking the door, so we can just run straight on through. Eat some cheese so we don't die. Another dragon's tooth over there. Cheese, don't die. Three golden coconuts in that little treasure room. Very nice. And that is all the way through the volcano once more. And we have an additional 3 attempts to try and get preserving on our advanced iridium rod. Fingers crossed this works this time. And I didn't take the things off, but thankfully that doesn't ruin it. Unfortunately, we do just get efficient that first try. Let's try it one more time. Master, this is our last attempt. Come on. This is just sad at this point. There we go. We finally have preserving on our fishing rod. And we still have a couple of things left to enchant. Our galaxy sword is done. We just need to throw an additional ruby on it, which we actually have in our inventory. The only problem is we don't have the cinder shards available to do that. Iridium watering can has bottomless. I would prefer that have reaching on it. Our pickaxe has powerful, which I kind of like. Iridium hoe, I would like reaching. And iridium axe, I would like probably swift, if I am being honest. But with that all being said and done, I think we are pretty much ready to go home. However, since we're here, and since we don't have much less to do for the rest of the day, we may as well try and catch ourselves a lava reel, because we don't actually have one yet. And getting that out of the way seems like it would be worth doing. We first get a present, which I will go ahead and open. That is Physics 101. Fantastic. And we'll continue casting, looking for some more lava reels. Well, looking for our first lava reel, I should say. This was going so well, but we should be able to catch him nonetheless, thanks to our trap bobber. And it should be iridium quality because we have our quality bobber on as well. And there is our very first lava eel. Now these sell for 2100 gold unsmoked. So I will go ahead and smoke this up and just show you how much we could potentially make by sitting up here at the volcano, just fishing away if we really wanted to. Speaking of money, that is a lot of wine. Fantastic. It's 12:30, so we still have a little bit of time here. And hit Q, clean up the inventory. I will quickly grab out a singular piece of coal and find my lava eel. Throw that into our fish smoker, just so that I can show you guys that. And then we need to sort out our inventory. So that should have gone away. Apparently that is still locked. Ruby can now be... Actually, you know what? Let's continue locking the ruby just so that I have it for next time I do the volcano. I think that'll be worthwhile. Physics 101 can go in our decorations chest. The ruby can come down here for safekeeping, and that should be good to go. We also have a bunch of iron bars, a little bit of jade, and some, if I can get them, some preserved roe there as well. So the preserved roe is going to get sold. The iron bar can go away, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm going to leave all of that starfruit wine for tomorrow, because right now we just don't have the time. It's 1:10. I may be able to get it all harvested, but I definitely wouldn't be able to replace it all. So on that, we are going to head to bed for the evening, and that is where we are going to leave both the live stream and the video for today. If you guys did enjoy this episode and this stream, please do go ahead and leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Consider checking me out on Twitch. It's ChubbyPanda over there as well. Just go ahead and search for it. I'd love to see you over there for the next one. We stream every Saturday at midday Australian Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it's been a good time. If you guys have enjoyed hanging out, let me know down in the comments. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys. And bye to you, chat. I hope you had a fantastic time. I know I did. I always do. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the DTR Weem. I imagine that's stream? Yeah, you're welcome. Love seeing the expanded run. I'm enjoying it. I feel like we're doing very, very well. We still have 190,000 gold, which is just fantastic. This is... Oh, wow. That actually takes longer to build. Robin will finish building that in 3 days? Or is that normal? Did I just start that yesterday? Oh, that's funny that you got it wrong twice. That makes me happy. But I had so much fun. It was great. If you guys haven't and you are here on YouTube, go ahead and check out the Twitch channel. It should be posted in the comments, in the chat here in just a little bit by my bot, if my bot decides to work. There it is. Go ahead and check us out on Twitch. Go ahead and follow over there. If you have Twitch Prime, go ahead and use your Prime sub on me if you would like to. That would make me very, very happy. We are trying to grow the Twitch a little bit just because, you know, a lot of people watch lives over on Twitch. But I'm very, very happy with the audience that we have here on YouTube. I'm just trying to grow on both platforms. Give us some options either way. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, I think I will leave it there. My voice is starting to get sore. Have the Twitch followed? Which would you prefer people watch on? Probably I would prefer you guys watch on Twitch, just because YouTube, I sort of have that audience already. On Twitch, I'm generally sitting on like 4 or 5 viewers. The more viewers we get on Twitch, the higher up I am on the Stardew Valley page, and the more chance random people that haven't seen my content before will tune in. So if you guys watch on Twitch, that does help me out a little bit more. If you want to open up both, that's totally cool as well. I do appreciate that YouTube has better quality, so I understand why some people would prefer to watch there. But yeah, Twitch does technically help out just that little bit more. But yeah, with all that said, I'm gonna head off, have a drink, hang out for a little bit, get ready for my wedding in 12 days. Perfect. If you had both open, I appreciate it. I imagine chatting over there is better. They both show up on stream. I see both chats. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all next week. Maybe. That'll be like 3 days before my wedding, so we might not be streaming next week, but I will let you guys know on both the YouTube community page and on Discord if we're not. Alright. On that note, catch you all later.